I'm Greg Stamos, class of 1968.
Hi there, I'm John Thant, class of 1968 at UCSB.
Hi, I'm Kathy Guy-Bro from the class of 1968, a year like no other at UC Santa Barbara. Being able to see the ocean at every turn I've always been drawn to the ocean, and I thought, wow, am I going to be able to actually concentrate on my studies?
And then I remember the green beanies they had for incoming freshmen. I remember how friendly everybody was, even though you were a lowly freshman.
Coming up to the dorm, San Miguel, there were some posters in the windows concerning the free speech movement. And coming from a conservative town of Glendale, I had no idea what that was, and I had to ask people, why are those signs talking about the free speech movement? Little did I know that maybe 2 years later, the free speech movement and political activism would finally come to Santa Barbara. There was a constant theme of the war in Vietnam, students versus students in regard to whether the United States should be involved in the war. Major issues with South Africa and the apartheid program, and the Bank of America, which supported that, which little did we know, several years later resulted in the bank burning down out in Isla Vista. The year of our graduation were the political assassinations. So Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy were assassinated during our senior year.
I remember voting for the first time in the California primary, and then listening on the radio in our apartment to the results that evening, and we heard the bulletin that Robert Kennedy had been shot in the Ambassador Hotel in LA. So actually there's a lot of serious stuff going on now academically. The recreation center, though, is booming. And I think students are maybe more healthily interested in their own physical activity.
The University Center did not exist when I started in 1964. We had a student union which was on the other side of the tower in some bungalows. The buildings are still there, but they don't look like bungalows anymore. Stork Plaza, or Stork Tower, didn't exist, but was built while we were here and was finished, I think, the last year, probably 67, 68.
And as far as just the improvement or the growth of the education of the students themselves, of their involvement in philanthropy and community service. Frank Michelson taught a religious studies class that turned my head to become a double minor, religious studies minor. Great professors.
I was a political science major, and A.E. Kiernash and Michael Gordon were, to my feelings, the top professors in the department.
I loved Shakespeare, taught by Homer Swander. He was a teacher who had wonderful passion.
Well, because I'm still very interested in UCSB, and 50 years, well, I hate to admit it, is quite a milestone, and hate to think that it was 50 years ago that I was roaming this campus, but it was a great time in my life. So I like remembering that and hopefully seeing friends that I studied with, played with, worked with, and see them again. I think it's going to be a good opportunity, especially for those that were active, whether it was sports or student government or the boards and committees or the fraternities and sororities or whatever you did, whether it's being independent out in Isla Vista and enjoying things there and working to better Isla Vista. Just being a student here and being involved, I know it was a great time in my life, and I'm sure for many others. And it'd be an opportunity to see people that we haven't seen for a long time, hopefully, and find out what they've been doing and maybe rekindle some friendships.